just playing around. That's basic for me. Play a melody, feel a certain feeling, go with it, and then all of a sudden do some funny things with the range. This is after I'm warmed up, because warming up is very basic to me. I don't do that when I first pick up the trombone. Some people might. That might be very basic to them. But our basic needs can change. Now let's look at a very clear organic example. All right? Every human being, no matter what stage of life they're in, and no matter what stage of human development they're in, require nourishment. Need something for the body, mind, emotions. And these can change according to the development of a person and what direction that development takes. Now, everyone needs physical food, right? Solids. Everyone needs liquids. Everyone needs air. And we need electromagnetic impressions. That's right. It's very understood now these days that we need electromagnetic energy. So, what about someone who's trying to practice and develop their playing? What do they need? Well, they need regularity. And in that regularity, they need to do certain things. So they need regular times that they play, and a certain diet, depending on what they need. And to monitor that, of course, that's up to the teacher too, to monitor that according to how the person progresses. This is very, 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 very basic. So, my concern is when we're doing our regular practice and we have a certain diet, let's say part of our diet is learning some scales. Part of our diet is wanting to have a tone that has a consistent nature to it because we deliberately want that. And we're trying to have a sense of direction in our line. And we're trying to breathe. All these things. They're not separate things, really. They're one thing. Wanting music. Wanting sound. Because if we don't have sound, guess what? We're not going to have a lot of music coming out. So in all of those ranges, I tried to have the sound be consistent. I also had a movement. And in that movement, there was a gesture. Da, 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 dee, da, da. And at first, let's face it, we're not going to have a lot of controlled gestures while we're playing. We're just not going to. because we don't have that kind of control yet. So we work with the control that we have at any given time. And from that point, we start to naturally, through our regular, consistent efforts, build a stronger connection to what we do. Okay? This is training our first overlay systems, not only to have a regular, consistent practice, but to have an attitude that's allowing, at the same time, still has a goal in mind. And so, repetition is very natural and very, very basic. And through this effort of working on different things, we develop. And if we find our attitude starts to get frustrated, or we want to throw a few things against the wall because we're getting angry that our results aren't happening fast enough, well, that's probably a good time to put the instrument down for a little bit, take a breath, go outside, run around a little bit, come back in, do something else if you don't want to run around outside, and start a little again. Say, okay, I'm going to play 5 minutes right now. And stop. Let's see if you can stop after 5 minutes. Sometimes when younger players think they have to play a half hour, that's a long time. So you give it the baby food approach. Here's a little spoonful. Here's a little spoonful. Here's a spoonful of 5 minutes. Here's a spoonful of 10 minutes. And I think the older players get this as an important basic too. To play, rest, play, rest, play, rest. Now, if I do that all day long, I'll probably need a rest. Or people around me might give me a rest whether I need it or not. Rest is very important, no matter what stage of playing you're in. So regularity, knowing how to break up our practice time with play and rest periods is basic. And that's the kind of basic that'll be with us all of our lives as long as we play.